Hey guys, what's up? I'm Rohit Khurana, host of Intellect, and this is the Samsung Galaxy A70 that has been launched sometime back in India. This is their latest A series phone and comes with some very interesting features. In this video, I'm going to quickly unbox this, give you my first impressions, a quick features overview, and how value for money is this phone for the 30,000 rupees price segment or 29,000 rupees where it has been launched. The 28,990 or 29,000 is the price point at which you can get it in the market, and some of the key features of this phone are mentioned here on the box. So before I open it, let me quickly read through it so that you know what all it packs. It gives you in-display fingerprint scanner. It has a super fast charging, which is faster than what you get on the S10 Plus, which is strange. You get a 128 GB of internal memory. There is an octa-core Snapdragon 675 chip, 6.7-inch display. It also gets triple camera at the back, a 32 megapixel front-facing camera, and 6 GB of RAM. That is quite impressive, especially considering that in 30,000 price segment, there are few phones which offer 6 GB of RAM. But yes, this is especially from Samsung, very few phones which give you 6 GB of RAM. And this is the phone. This is the first thing in the box, and there is the small box here also, so I'll pull that out. But before that, let me show you the phone. This is the pearl white finish that looks quite rich, and it does look quite impressive, in fact, visually. Let me show you what is here. We'll come back to the phone very soon. Let me quickly show you what else is in the box. So here you have some documentation and a soft silicon case. Apart from that, you have a white color adapter only. It says super fast charging, and it is a 25 watt power adapter, which is faster than you get with the S10 Plus, so I'm really surprised. These are the in-the-ear type earphones from Samsung, somewhat similar to what we have seen the previous generation flagships of Samsung. It has this silver ring, and this is plastic, and it comes with this headset which comes with the button to control volume, accept, reject calls, and there is a microphone in here, which is a good thing. And then you get this Type-C to Type-C USB cable, which is interesting because you have a Type-C cable connector here, and you have a SIM ejector tool in the box, which is the last thing. And that's all in the box. Let me get rid of everything and get back to the phone. So this is the Samsung Galaxy A70, as you can see, and this comes with a large display at front. This is an Infinite U display, as they call it. It is nothing but a slim bezel display with a water drop notch on top. On the right hand side of the phone, you would find power wake up key followed by the volume rocker, which is on top of it. On top of the phone is the secondary mic hole for noise cancellation. On the left of the phone is a SIM card tray, which comes with dedicated micro SD card slot, so you can put in 2 SIM cards and still have one micro SD card slot added to the phone, which is a good thing. On the bottom of the phone, you find a speaker grill, microphone, charging port, and 3.5mm audio port. On the rear of the phone, you would find a triple camera setup. You have a 32 megapixel main camera, you have an 8 megapixel wide angle camera, and then you have a 5 megapixel depth sensor for live focus. There is LED flash, Samsung branding, some compliance text here, but there is no fingerprint scanner on the back because the fingerprint scanner is embedded under the display. On the front, you find a 6.7-inch full HD plus Super AMOLED display, and there is a 32 megapixel front facing camera which comes in this water drop notch. So let me quickly set up this phone and get back with more details. We are back after quickly setting up the phone, and this is how the display looks. This is actually quite slim when it comes to bezels, and it is a beautiful Super AMOLED display which is quite rich and vibrant. Right now you can see it is at around 50% brightness, so it can get really bright. If you take it outdoors, you can still see it because this is a Super AMOLED and comes with enough brightness. So Samsung has done a good work with the display here, and I am also quite impressed with the design Although the material here is polycarbonate and at around 30,000 price mark, Samsung could have used something more premium in terms of the quality. Another thing I want to demonstrate is the fingerprint scanner. It's an in-display fingerprint scanner and it seems to be working pretty good. It does take half a second to a second to unlock, but it is fine. The face unlock is also there and it also works kind of fine. So I just looked at the screen and this lock unlock, which means that the screen has been unlocked and I can swipe to unlock the same. Now let's test the speaker quality and let me play a YouTube video playback. And the price in India is the exact price is mentioned in the description section. The announced price says the speakers are here at the bottom, and this is a mid-ranger to be kept under the Pixel 3 and 3 XL. So it's moderately loud. It's not very loud. It's slightly tinny. It lacks any sort of bass, but it does the job. It's moderately loud and they are moderately good at best. So, and the speakers are only mono speakers at the bottom, so if you accidentally block them like this, the sound will be muffled. There is no stereo speaker on this phone. Next up, I'll jump to cameras quickly and show you how the triple camera setup works on the Samsung Galaxy A70. So we have some test objects here to click, and I'll also show you the front facing camera. So here you have three sort of lenses. So one is the primary 32 lens, which by default clicks in 12 megapixel and tries to enhance the dynamic range. This is the live focus effect, and then you can go to the Pro mode, and here you can set ISO, white balance and exposure, and you have video mode, which also comes with 4K video recording, and in photo you can also go wide. So this is the normal mode. Once you click here, it goes wide like this. So let's take a few wide shots as well. The wide shots are taken at 8 megapixel with the 8 megapixel secondary lens that has been provided at the back of this phone, and this is the 32 megapixel selfie. It is using an aggressive beauty mode, as you can see, and you can also go to this group mode. This is single mode and this is group mode, in which the image goes a bit wide, and you can also select live focus at the front. This is working purely on the basis of software based edge detection. So let's check out the results of this camera. This is the live focus selfie that we took with the front facing camera. The background is kind of blurred out. You can see this fan on the wall, and the other selfie that we took, this is not the live focus, and you can see that the background object is also visible, and there is enough width in this frame. This is the normal selfie, this is the wide selfie. In both the selfies, the detailing is quite good. The colors are coming out to be natural. The picture is sharp and is good enough to share on social media. And these are some of the pictures that we took with the rear facing camera. This is the 8 megapixel wide shot that we took. There is not too much of detailing, but the perspective here is quite good. Then this is the live focus, I believe, but it hasn't worked because the face wasn't detected properly. And some of the shots that we have taken, the clarity here with the 32 megapixel camera is quite impressive. As you can see the object there, and this is the picture, very detailed. In fact, it is capturing good color and contrast, especially when you see these pictures on a Super AMOLED display like this. They actually look much better than they would probably look on a computer screen, because the Super AMOLED display is quite good in terms of contrast and blacks, so the colors come out really well. In terms of performance, I find that this phone is feeling quite snappy. It is running the One UI by Samsung based on Android 9, And this phone also gets 6 GB of RAM. That is pretty good, and One UI is working really smooth here. The multitasking as well as the overall software experience is quite smooth, and we are not facing any sort of stutters here. Phone feels quite good. It uses a Snapdragon 675 chipset underneath, which gives it the performance it needs. It comes with the 4500 mAh battery, which is pretty large. Should be able to give you one full day of usage easily, and with a 25 watt included charger which comes in the box, you can easily recharge it as well very quickly. The only gripe that we have is the build quality does not feel very solid. It does not feel very confidence inspiring, since this is high quality polycarbonate, or in fancy terms it is actually a good quality plastic. But this is a plastic based material phone, which seems to be a bit less premium for around 30,000 rupees price segment. So this is all we have on the Samsung Galaxy A70. There's a lot going for this phone, a lot of good things about this phone. So if you want to pick up one for yourself, you can definitely get one. This is a good choice in this segment if you are looking for a good value branded smartphone from Samsung in 30,000 rupees price segment. In fact, in terms of a Samsung phone, this is a quite good value, but if you compare it with other brands, it may not be. We are leaving Best Buy links in the description section below this video. Do check them out. You can pick up one at the Best Buy price. If you enjoyed watching this video, give us a thumbs up by pressing the like button below, and for more such videos, stay subscribed. This is your host Rohit Khurana signing off. Thanks for watching.